Hi everyone. This week's focus was on educational digital storytelling. So I wanted to kind of break down the different steps that the website was able to guide us through in creating a lesson plan for kiddos. So for this specific one, I wanted to focus on social studies, and each kid would be able to present on a country that they were either interested in or maybe has a background with their family through. One of the most important things that I noticed reading through the material with digital storytelling was that a story that a kid either presents on or reads or does anything with needs to be something that they can identify with or are interested in. A lot of kids aren't going to put the same amount of effort if something were to be handed to them than to something where they're able to be a little bit more creative in and something that they're interested in presenting. So I wanted to focus on that, and I decided that I would go through this type of topic and the 8 different steps that were provided on the digital website. So the first step is coming up with a topic or idea. Here, the students will be able to pick a country that they're interested in and let me know which country they're choosing. That way, I'm approving it to make sure that it's not being replicated by another student and that it's appropriate for them to present on. The second step is researching the topic. So either through, I know a couple districts have only specific websites that kids can look up information on. So making sure that the students are using district approved websites to do research. I know through the digital website it had provided different sites to be able to research on as well, so that could be an option. And then the third step is actually writing and scripting out what the student is wanting to cover. So say in this specific assignment, I would want them to pick 4 to 5 different topics to explain their country about. So this is where they would take the research that they did and break down the topics that they wanted to cover. So they're scripting out exactly what they're going to be talking about, the information that's presented. So once they write it out, then we can look more of it from a digital aspect. And so number 4 is creating their storyboard and plan. So what they're doing is they're individualizing each slide or slot that they're wanting to do. So they're not only numbering it, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., but they're also thinking about, I'm going to add a picture in slide 1, or I'm going to add a picture in slide 1, 3, and 6. And then writing something with that graphic. So basically splitting it up into 4 or 5 different sections with the topics that they're going to present on. The fifth is gathering images, audio, and video. So this is where the kids can go and, pick out if they're wanting to use specific sounds or if they're wanting to incorporate different pictures and different videos explaining maybe something that is involved with the country's culture or religion. So this is where they would gather that. And in this area, I would hope that, I would have to approve that with what they're presenting. And then the sixth is putting everything together, so making sure that they're following their story script and making sure that everything's in order before they present. Number 7 is sharing or presenting that information. So I would have each student come up and present on their country that they were interested in. Hopefully this is something that they're pretty eager and excited to do since it's something that they were interested in. And it also educates other students as well. And lastly, 8, what we can incorporate is its feedback and reflect. So to make sure that other students are engaged within the lesson, they can either write down some of the facts that they learned through the slide, or they can write down questions that they have for the student after regarding their topic that they're presenting on. So I think this is a really good way to not only learn about a specific topic, but being able to present it in a learning way that kids are really familiar with, and it's a little bit more interactive with technology. some of the questions I would ask them to get them thinking is, maybe they're having a hard time picking a country that they're wanting to present on. I could maybe ask where some of their family background is from. Maybe they don't know much about that, but maybe incorporating it more into their life today. Something maybe, their religion, maybe finding a country that shares the same religion that they're in. Kind of finding just that aspect of them that they're willing to look into further. And lastly, the other question was, what other areas could I weave storytelling throughout different curriculum? And so basically, it could be pretty much anything. Like with math, kids can, investigate different math concepts and, history of different mathematicians that they can present things on. And through science, they can present, different myths, presenting different types of animals and the things that they do. And of course, experiments. So they can explain how to create an experiment and present that. So those are some of the things that I was able to find with the digital storytelling website and some of the additional information that was presented this week. So I'm excited to hear everyone else's theories and what they came up with.